Hey guys, welcome to another video. My name is Amber and I'm a mixed media artist just trying to fill sketchbook pages and find my way with my art really. Not just with my art, with everything. But yes, so thank you so much for clicking on this video. Today I'll be working in my absolute favourite little sketchbook. I've been slowly filling the pages up throughout the year so far. And this is the first proper video where I will be sharing some of this sketchbook with you. So it's like the first proper page that I did in here, or 2 pages. So this will be a 2-part video because a few weeks ago I asked on my Instagram if anybody had any questions for me about like my creative journey or just anything really, and I got a few questions, so I thought it might be fun as a lot of the answers to the questions kind of relate now to this sketchbook and just what I'm doing now. I thought it would be nice to make a YouTube video, and I got too many questions to put into one video, so I just thought let's make a 2-parter. So yeah, we're gonna get on with it. I'm gonna show you the process of creating the 2 little paintings in the front of this sketchbook, and yeah, my camera's about to go flat any second, so I'm trying to rush through this intro. I forgot to charge it and I just want to get this video done today, so we're gonna get on with it. Okay, I'll see you in a second. Bye. Okay, so a couple of things I just want to say really quickly after I've just rushed through that intro as quickly as I can. I apologise for how many times I say in that intro there. I don't want to edit them out because then I'll just be chopping it all up, and I just think I'll just leave it as it is, and hopefully you didn't notice until I just said so. The next thing I want to say is I did show you in my last video a little snippet into this sketchbook, but it wasn't like a proper on my desk recording of it. It was my plein air video, first time going out plein air painting, and I will link that up in the cards now so you can go and watch that if you'd like. But that was the first peek inside this sketchbook, and then my next few videos now will just be really starting on the first few pages because I started it around March time, and I have all that footage including these 2 paintings on these front couple of pages, and I just want to, well, I'm so excited to share everything about this sketchbook with you. Honestly, it is the sketchbook that has changed everything for me, and I'm just really excited about it, and that's why I wanted to do this like Q&A video and also show you the first pages of the sketchbook at the same time, because a lot of my answers for the questions are all tied into my sketchbooks, and especially this one now. And one last thing before I talk about anything else, I just want to say, if you're watching and you asked me a question on Instagram, thank you so much for asking the question. I really appreciate it because I could just literally talk about art and my process and everything all day long, and so yeah, I really appreciate your questions and I can't wait to answer them, so I'll get into it in just a moment. But first, I will tell you a little bit about what I'm doing in today's video. So I won't talk about the process of this painting or like my thoughts behind it really. I'm just going to answer the questions. So I am working in my Art Creations sketchbook. It's by a brand called Royal Talens, and I paid £3 for this sketchbook, and I think that might have something to do with the fact that I've been using it so freely, and it's really become like my no pressure sketchbook, and it's absolutely transformed the way I do art now, it seems, and I've never been so excited about any of it before until I started working in this sketchbook. But anyway, it's 3.5 by 5.5 inches. It's 9 by 14 centimeters, so really tiny. It's kind of like an A6 sort of size. I am also using my Daniel Smith paints, and oh, actually it's not just my Daniel Smith paints in this palette. It's got a mixture of just normal SAA watercolours, and they're kind of just like the primary colours. I think I've got like a lemon yellow, an ultramarine, a primary red, and also a Payne's grey, but I'm using a mixture of my watercolours in this little palette, and also pen. So the pen you saw me using was a Micron pen, I think in the purple colour by the looks of it. I just checked and it is the purple colour. So I use my purple Micron pen, and then I go back in at the end with a black Micron pen and also some gel pen. But you don't actually see that until the next video. So I'm only showing you this painting in this video, and then I sort of finish it off and also work on the page opposite in the next video, because this was all just going to be way too long and I didn't want to speed the actual process up too much, because I know some of you like to see the process, and sometimes I speed them up way too much so you can't even see like what I'm doing, or the brush strokes or the colours or anything like that. But without further ado, let's get into the questions. My first two questions are from Paint Me Marie on Instagram, and I'll pop everyone's handles on the screen so you can go and check their art out if you like. But yes, so the first question was, do you have any long-term art goals you'd like to achieve? So the answer to this question depends on when you ask me. I have been through so many different styles, and I've been in so many different places with my art business now over the years. Like if you asked me 4 years ago, for instance, I would be like, I want to be a really successful, realistic pet portrait artist. I have talked about this before on my channel, but I used to be a realistic, what I just said, a pet portrait artist, and I used coloured pencils primarily with some pan pastels, and I used to just do pet portrait commissions. After taking on a few too many at once and completely burning myself out, I then decided I did not want to do commissions anymore, and I didn't want to do realistic art anymore either. And then since then I have been on this long journey of just figuring out what it is that I actually want to do. And there has been a few things that I've always enjoyed or wanted to do over the years for my art and my business. And the one thing is to start a YouTube channel. So hey, here I am finally doing that, and I'm really having the best time, and I'm just really looking forward to growing this channel and building a community of artists who are all in the same boat as me, I suppose, or even not in the same boat as me. I'd love to build a community of artists on here who want to fill sketchbooks up and just experiment with their art, and who are also obsessed with all the art supplies and all the beautiful sketchbooks and the beautiful colours. And I'd also like to teach you something, I suppose, as well. I'd love to talk more about colours and the process of art, and getting over all of those silly fears that we all encounter when it comes to art and procrastination and all of it. I just want to talk. I love just talking about art and art supplies, and I'm really excited to build this channel up a little bit more, or a lot more. That would be nice too. The other thing that I've always wanted to do was to start filling my sketchbooks up. Over the years I have had loads of sketchbooks, all started with one page, and then I would not like the art that I've made on that one page, so I'd close the book nicely and pack it away to never be looked at again. And I am obsessed with books and journals and novels and all of it, and I would absolutely love to actually fill my sketchbooks up and share the process with you guys as well. So it all ties in together, and this sketchbook is going to be the one that gets filled by the end of the year. So I'm really looking forward to sharing the whole process with you. So I think that answers your question. I think that I won't actually change my mind again now. Like, I wanted to have an Etsy shop, and I wanted to have my own art shop and sell my art and my prints and make products, but I don't know, I started doing that and I just never really had my heart in it very much. But I've always enjoyed creating content, and my love of books and sketchbooks, the only thing that was getting in the way of that was my really OCD problems with creating art that I didn't like in the sketchbooks, but now I know that that is all just part of the process, and I'm learning to love all the art that I'm creating because I'm learning something with every single sketchbook page. With every single sketch I learn something, and I just appreciate that. So I think I'm over my problems now, and I am actually able to do the things I want to do. So yes, that was a great question. Thank you. I would love to hear what the answers are to these questions from you as well. So what are your long-term art goals? What art goals would you like to achieve? Do let me know in the comments. I always love reading your comments, and I'd love to I'd love to get to know you all a little bit better as well. So I think these videos might be a great way to like connect and get to know each other a little bit better. So the next question from Paint Me Marie is, do you have any favourite colours you like to paint with best? I absolutely love this question. Thank you very much. Purple. I seem to be so gravitated towards purple. I use it in most of my art. Not all the time. I like to use all different colours and all different colour palettes. I find it so fun to experiment with all the colours, but mostly I think I'm gravitated towards purple and green and pink and orange. Maybe it's not such a good question. I love them all, but yeah, purple and pink and green. My next question is from, and I apologise in advance because I think I'm going to get your name wrong, but it's Forzana Creates or Falzana Creates. I'll pop it on the screen anyways. And I am really sorry because I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce it. But the question is, what keeps you going? And experimenting is what keeps me going. If I do the same thing over and over again, I get so bored, I never want to look at it ever again. I'm like this with a few things, like my hair, for instance. I am always changing my hair colour and hairstyle because I just get so bored, I can't look at it anymore, and I like to keep changing things up, and it's obviously no different with my art. As I said time and time again, I used to do realistic pet portraits, then I went on to what was next? Watercolour painting, then oil painting, and now I just do it all. Acrylics, I haven't actually touched acrylics or oils for a while, but gouache, you see, it's all about experimenting and changing things up and changing different styles up. I've even been experimenting with abstract painting the past few weeks as well. So experimenting, that's what keeps me going. There's probably more answers to that question as well, but I'm going to be here all day and I still have a few questions to get through. So thank you so much, Falzana. I really appreciate your question. And I'd love to hear your answer to the same question in the comments. So let me know. What keeps you going? What keeps you inspired? What keeps you doing art? So the last questions for this video are from my lovely friend Helen Carter, artist. So Helen, thank you for all the questions. You have really given me a lot to think about, and you also dominate the next video with all of your wonderful questions as well. So here we go. What is your favourite drawing or painting you've ever made, and why? Out of all the questions, this is the one that I've struggled with the most actually, and I think it's because I feel like I don't even have a favourite drawing or painting. There's some that have stuck out to me. I will pop these on the screen now, and these are not necessarily even my favourite paintings I've ever done, but I remember being in a really happy place at the time, and I just discovered oils, and I was just really excited about those. I felt like I actually started to understand colour when I did them, and funny enough, there isn't a purple or green really in sight. So I'm definitely gravitated towards purple and green a lot more now than I did then. And I did those paintings last year in the summertime, so how things have changed. There's also a few of my pet portraits that I did that stand out to me, but I wouldn't say they were or are my favourite paintings I've ever done. Mostly, I'm just loving what I'm doing in my sketchbook at the minute. It's funny, I feel like I should have a favourite painting, but I just don't. So, there you go. The next question from Helen is, looking back over the past 2 years, you've come a long way to finding your happy creative place. What one thing has helped you reach it? I think this is going to be the same sort of answer as the one for what keeps me going. I've just experimented so much. I've tried everything, haven't I? You know, Helen, I've tried all the mediums, all the styles, and still so much more to try. I really think that just experimenting and not taking myself too seriously and not being afraid to fail has really helped me reach where I want to be today. The next question is, what's the average time per week you are drawing? Not enough time per week. That is the answer. I love to procrastinate, and I will procrastinate and do anything but drawing or painting all day long, and then I'll wait until about 9 o'clock at night when I have about 2 hours or 3 hours really before I should really be getting to bed, and then I'll be like, oh, I'll go in the studio now and I actually do some drawing. So per week, not gonna lie, probably about 15 to 20 hours, which I would really love to do much more than that, but you know, you gotta get out of the procrastination station for that. And the worst thing is, I love drawing and painting. I want to spend all of my time drawing and painting when I'm actually not, or when I'm doing something I don't want to be doing. But when it comes to actually doing it, I don't do it. Anybody else like this? I know I'm not the only one who does this. I think that is probably like an artist's worst enemy is the procrastination, and actually anybody's worst enemy. It feels like when you really want to do something and you know that one thing is going to make you grow and better yourself more than any other thing, that's when the little procrastination goblins get into your head and they're like, you just want to sit down and watch telly and not do anything else. But that's not what we want. We want to create. Okay, this video is going on way longer than I expected. I was going to try and get it down to like 12 minutes, but that's obviously not happened. So last question for today, and that is also from Helen. Thank you so much. What is your least favourite art supply? Could be paper, pens, pencils, sharpeners. You've got to hate it. Pastel pencils, I think, or just pastel sticks in general, soft pastels. I love pan pastels. I feel like I don't hate pastels, normal pastels, but I can't see myself ever really using them, ever. I don't like the scratchiness. Oh, it goes through me just thinking about it, like chalk on a chalkboard. I really don't like the feeling. I don't like the powderiness. I don't like them. So that's a great question, and I would love to hear everybody's answer to that. If you've made it this far into this video, please do let me know, what is your worst art supply? What is your least favourite medium? That is great. Thank you so much, Helen, and thank you so much for everyone who has watched this video, who has made a comment down below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and look out for part 2, because I've got lots more questions that I'm looking forward to answering. I haven't even mentioned the artwork either. I hope you like I hope you like this little painting. I hope you like this little painting that I have done in this video. I will be finishing it off in the next one. So like I said, look out. Thank you so much. I shall see you next time. Bye.